Flash, the fastest man alive. Quicksilver, the fastest Avenger. Makkari, the fastest woman in the universe. ATrain, the fastest member of the Seven. 4 of the fastest beings ever to exist. But who's ultimately coming out on top here? Who's truly the fastest, the most powerful of them all? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Barry Allen was a student at Central City College who was struck by a bolt of lightning one fateful night, gaining the ability to move at incredible superhuman speeds. Using these powers, he became a superhero in Central City known as the Flash, fighting against criminals, even becoming a founding member of the Justice League as he helped to protect the Earth against Steppenwolf and his parademon army. But at his core, Flash is deeply motivated to try and prove his father's innocence for the grisly murder of his mother, so much so that he'll use the Speed Force to travel the multiverse and go back in time, all for a shot at saving his parents. Flash's primary power is obviously his superhuman speed. He's the fastest man alive. He's so fast that he can run faster than the eye can see. He can move through cities or across the country in an instant, or even slow time down to a crawl. The world is frozen all around him. People become like statues, and Flash is able to live and operate in this space between time. Now, Flash's speed definitely does vary. He's not constantly going all out or moving at top speed in order to try and preserve energy. But when he's operating at his best, Barry is able to move at the speed of light, arguably much faster than light speed. And as Flash moves way beyond the speed of light, he's able to go back in time, and go back in time again and again and again. An alternate version of Barry went back millions of different times. And while Flash started out a bit goofy and uncoordinated, he would even stumble over his feet and knock himself out of a fight. By the time his movie came out, Barry is in a whole new class of hero. He's trained hard with Batman and tapped into a whole new level of power. Batman was able to show him how to alter the density of his fist, meaning that he can now punch at super speed and with super strength. And Flash is now strong enough and skilled enough to take out Kryptonians. He was able to basically one-shot a lot of these Kryptonians, blowing apart their armor and taking them out of the fight. And that's not the only thing that Flash can do. As he runs, he generates lightning and a kinetic charge, and he can then throw this lightning around at enemies. And it's some seriously powerful lightning too. Flash is able to use it to stagger and even knock down Kryptonians. He's also mastered the ability of phasing, something that comes in real handy. Pietro Maximoff was born in Sokovia with his twin sister, Wanda. The war-torn country became the base for Hydra operations, with both Pietro and Wanda being recruited in a series of tests and experiments that gave the twins superpowers. And while his sister got a whole lot of mental powers, eventually becoming Scarlet Witch, Pietro got the ability of super speed. After the fall of Hydra, the twins joined up with Ultron, but after learning his true intentions to destroy humanity, they switched sides, became a part of the Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes. Now, Quicksilver's main power is obviously superhuman speed, but along with that speed comes a surprising amount of strength too, like he's sent Hawkeye flying several times, one of the main reasons why Clint doesn't like him too much. He's even able to do the same thing with Captain America too. In fact, Quicksilver can absolutely destroy Ultron bots just by running straight through them. It's really quite impressive. But the man is a speedster at his core, and speed is his thing. He's able to run so fast that he's nothing more than a blur. He can perceive the entire world in slow motion, and that's what's allowed him to continuously blitz his opponents. He can dodge bullets, sometimes, and see bullets in slow motion. It's even to the point where he can dismantle guns before people can ever even notice. The guy has seen Mjolnir moving in slow motion. It's not like Mjolnir necessarily moves slow. At the end of the day, Quicksilver is one of the fastest speedsters in the MCU and can move up to the speed of sound and beyond. Makkari is a member of the Eternals, a genetically engineered race created by the Celestials and sent to Earth in order to help progress humanity's development and protect it from the deviants. Makkari specifically helped to introduce sign language to people. By 1521, the Eternals had accomplished their prime objective of defeating the deviants, and so she and the other Eternals decided to disband and separate. Makkari decided to relocate to the Doma, buried under Iraq, where she started her goal to explore the Earth and collect various objects and artifacts. In the wake of the blip, though, Makkari was summoned by Cersei to rejoin the Eternals to stop the emergence. By design from the Celestials, Makkari as an Eternal is able to possess superhuman strength, durability, speed, agility, stamina, reflexes, and healing, all numerous times greater than any normal human being, as well as legit immortality and being able to manipulate cosmic energy to a certain degree. And it just so happens that for Makkari, with her cosmic energy manipulation, she's able to boost her already superhuman speed, making her the fastest woman in the universe. Makkari's role for the Eternals was interplanetary scouting, meaning that she's easily able to run all around the Earth in an instant. She's able to easily dance all around Icarus's laser vision, and is so fast that she can appear in multiple places at once, usually doing this to create speed doubles and attack someone from virtually every angle. And then, as an Eternal, Makkari is able to unleash some crazy powerful attacks, like overpowering and knocking around Icarus, the most powerful of all the Eternals, and doing it again and again and again, or knocking around deviants and sending them flying through the air. She can even spam shockwaves and unleash sonic attacks. Makkari is also an extremely skilled and formidable hand-to-hand combatant, with thousands of years of training and combat experience, making her one of the most powerful and one of the best fighters in the universe. Reggie Franklin, aka ATrain, is the fastest man in the world and the speedster of the seven. Vought sells him as an inspirational success story to the world, a kid from the south side of Chicago who went on to become a superhero. But underneath that is a deeply insecure man who's desperate to hold on to that title of the world's fastest man. At just 3 years old, ATrain was able to outrun bullets, and every time he uses his powers, you can hear this sound barrier being broken. It's actually where he gets his name, and it means that he's able to move faster than the speed of sound with ease. It's possible he can actually run on water, seeing as how he said he ran from New York to Cuba, and it's been said multiple times that he can run all through New York City, search it up and down, just a few minutes. But when ATrain hops himself up on Compound V, he was able to move even faster. In the race for the fastest man in the world, ATrain topped out at a speed of 370 meters per second. But that's not even his true top speed. He actually pushed himself even further than that in his fight with Starlight, where he dodged beams made up of pure light. But the force of moving that fast caused him to have a heart attack, so that's definitely a one-off when it comes to speed. But just like a lot of supers in The Boys, ATrain isn't just limited to superhuman speed. He's also surprisingly strong and tough. He's durable enough to take attacks from other supes, but it's really his strength, while he's hopped up on Compound V, the guy can actually pull a freight train and several train cars. And this was just a few days after having his leg snapped in half. ATrain also has no problem using all this strength and speed in a fight either, and he's got absolutely no problem brutally murdering his opponents, or really anyone who gets in his way. So who wins here? Well, let's break it down. Now the name of the game here is definitely speed. They're all crazy speedsters. Whichever one is the fastest is going to have a big advantage here in this fight. So that's the first question we got to answer. Which speedster is actually the fastest? And let's start with ATrain. Well, he's at least subsonic. He's able to run so fast that people are frozen around him, and even video cameras had to move at 5,000 frames a second to even pick him up. But you also got to factor in that the guy's a bit of a druggie. He's got a bit of a past when he's hopped up on Compound V, while he's moving much faster. Like we said, he's got an express top speed of 371 meters per second. And that's when he was on Compound V. So that's like the best of the best. Or at least the best of the best that doesn't kill him afterwards. It's kinda hard to argue that he can consistently move at the speeds that he showed during the Starlight fight, considering that that fight nearly killed him. And there's Quicksilver, and really, he's massively hypersonic. With everything he's done, from viewing both Captain America and Iron Man as literally frozen in time, well, I think hypersonic is a comfortable spot to put him at. And it's possible that Quicksilver is even faster than that. It was said that he was only growing in power, was getting closer and closer to light speed. He probably would have hit light speed if he wasn't shot up like that. So then, what about Makkari? Well, in the Eternals, Makkari tries to find the location of the emergence, and so she runs around the world, running both past the Christ Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro and the aqueducts. The distance here is almost 6,000 miles, and it took her about 3 seconds to run there. Given that distance and the time frame, that gives us a speed of Mach 9,000, so sub-relativistic speeds. But then there's the Flash. The Flash is easy. He's faster than the speed of light. He's much, much faster than the speed of light. And light speed is moving at a little less than 300 million meters per second. And Flash is able to go much faster than the speed of light. He's easily the fastest person here. That's a huge advantage in the fight. But then there's also other elements to this fight, like each speedster's power and attack force. Like if Flash is the fastest, but he can't actually put anyone else down, then the most he can do is just run around everyone else for all time. So we have to factor in striking power in there too. Now for Quicksilver, he's knocking out Ultron drones at super speed, making it look easy. Pretty impressive, but really, Nick Fury took one of these things out too. You can definitely question the average Ultron drone's durability. And for ATrain, well, he's really around Quicksilver's strength level. That train feat is definitely impressive. Probably gives ATrain the edge, but that was while he was on performance-enhancing drugs. On the average day, well, he's able to easily one-shot people, just like Quicksilver was one-shotting drones. And then there's Makkari, and she was able to really beat up on Icarus and send him flying all around. And while I don't think that Makkari had a genuine shot at putting Icarus down, she was definitely doing some serious damage to Icarus. Plus, just by virtue of being an Eternal, Makkari is probably the strongest and toughest one here. There's even an argument for her being able to survive planetary destruction, since the Eternals were meant to survive the birth of a new Celestial. And then here comes the Flash, who's not just the fastest one out of all of them, but he's also the most powerful too. He's trained hard with Batman, now he's able to tap into a whole new level of power. Like originally, Flash didn't even know how to properly throw a punch at super speed, but Batman was able to show him how to alter the density of his fist, meaning he can now punch at super speed and with super strength. And Flash is now strong enough and skilled enough to take on Kryptonians. Now, most of the Kryptonians he fought against were unadapted Kryptonians, and it's kind of tough to say just how powerful an unadapted Kryptonian actually is. We know it's not the same as Superman, but maybe it's half of Superman? 2/3? After all, General Zod took a nasty bull rush and beat down from a rather pissed off Superman. He wasn't adapted yet. Namek and Faora were able to fight against Superman 2 in Smallville, put up a really good fight, and neither of them were adapted either. Flash is able to basically one-shot a lot of these Kryptonians, blowing apart their armor and taking them out of the fight. That's not even mentioning the other powers he's gained, like the ability to phase through attacks or launch powerful lightning around, lightning that can even injure Kryptonians. So, who wins here? Well, I think it's gotta be the Flash. ATrain has been left behind a little while ago. He can't quite match up with the rest of them. Honestly, same with Quicksilver too. It's kinda hard when you only have one movie here and then you're killed off. The Makkari is definitely the most physically powerful one, probably the best fighter too. And you could have argued she would have won before the Flash. But now it's way more definitive. Flash is easily the fastest one here, and he's the only one who's powerful enough to legit one-shot Kryptonians, even kill them if he really wanted to. Barry has truly come into his own as the fastest man alive. The Flash wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.